was watching this. I was watching this old D Flores video. And I was like, dang! I remember when I used to look up to Flores like big time. His apartment or his condominium. I remember, man. I remember watching him, and I remember wanting all the stuff he had. He had all the statues, the guitar. He had a lot of expensive stuff, but then he went to prison. He's in prison, they're saying. So what happened to all this stuff? He had like condominium with all types of stuff. Did he get hit? Did they like literally the police hit him in this mafia thing and steal all his stuff? Or does he have his stuff? Does his girlfriend have his stuff? Or did he lose all his stuff? I said, but from what I understand, he'll be back one day. And then I said, nothing Amazon can't get you back in eBay because the price went down on a lot of stuff or whatever. The prices went down on a lot of stuff. But he had all the equipment. He had mixers and shit. He had everything. But he was on that iMac. Those were a big thing back in 2010. You had one of those? My brother had one of those gaudy. He got thrown through the ringer. He don't got it no more. He should still have that. See, that's the thing, bro. People have done threw us through the ringer or whatever they so think or whatever. On shit or whatever. Like we don't have our old MacBook. We don't have our old iMac. It's like there will be no throwing around no more rings. Okay? Tired of it. And I'm tired of it. It's like, it's an iMac. But my theory was, oh, it's just an iMac or whatever at the time, but we should have been holding on to it. It's a big holding on to time, hunkering down. Hunkering down. I'm hunkering right down. And before I was hunkering down before, and what a better place to hunker down at than Port Elgin. Like we got some really nice, we have a tattoo shop. What a better place to hunker down at than a place with a tattoo shop. But I hope D Flores does well one day. I hope he gets all his stuff back, and I hope it's better than before. I know it will be. In the beginning, it'll be a little bit hard, but I bet you he's made. And he doesn't have that much views, but he's made enough money, I bet, to get back on his feet and get everything again. Or he was a once in a lifetime guy. He needs some sleep. But he remembers how he got it all. He remembers how he got it all. Because that's what happens. You get busted like a Flores, and you want to give up. You want to give up. You want to say like, oh, just throw it all away or whatever. I don't know what the character was doing. But you want to just throw it all away because I know how it is, because similar kind of thing happened to me, but not as big as Flores. Flores was always bigger than me. Always bigger than me when it come to his output or whatever. He had more tattoos. Actually, when I first seen Flores, I think I only had like one tattoo. And on my arm. Right here, maybe two. And then when I seen Flores, it opened my eyes. It's like he was everything I ever wanted to be. I always wanted to be this Vegas nigga, or what I wanted to be a person from Las Vegas. I wanted to go to Las Vegas, and I wanted to have a lot of tattoos, and that's all I knew. Like I didn't know how a tattoo worked. I never even seen anybody with the nice tattoos that I dreamed of. That was him. That was D Flores or whatever when I seen him. He was that guy that I wanted to be. Now I don't want to be Flores. And I never would. Because I'm my own person. But that's what the D Flores program does. And people, you can adjust it. Like, you don't have to get the tattoos. You might like other things that the D Flores program will teach you. But I went through the D Flores program back in when 2016. He was the guy with all the colognes. These episodes, he's got all these colognes. These TikTokers and shit, they got nothing on old D Flores. Like, yeah, you can watch. No, some of these TikTokers are pretty big time. But D Flores had everything. You don't get it. He had the 2 trucks, every type of cologne. He had the women. He had money he was giving out for free. He had all the tattoos, every single tattoo in the book at the tattoo shop. He had everything. It was more than the average TikToker. And he had music. And he was doing this. And he was doing that, but he couldn't slow down. He wanted more. He wanted to be like that M to the K. That M to the K, holy fudge. I never thought he would get that big, but M to the K's always been like that. He doesn't even have that many videos. He's only got like a couple hundred videos. And I got thousands of videos, but every single video he has is like some unique video where he's doing something big or whatever. That's I think why what it is. The quality of his content. Right now, my channel's like quantity over quality, but some of my stuff's still pretty quality. And M to the K is quality over quantity. I think this guy's Soldier Boy's manager. Yeah, Soldier Boy's manager. And actually, I've lived like I'm under their management for quite some time now. Probably a couple years. I've never met the characters, but I've watched the
Here in
documentary.
Dubai.
I've watched pretty much all their content, other than Soldier Boy's new music videos. It tends to take some time for me to watch those. Okay, those music videos, those newer ones. I think it took me 2 years to watch that Nobody's Favorite or whatever from Rick Ross and Gunplay. It took me a while to watch that one. I even seen Gunplay in person or whatever, and he asked me if I had seen that one. But M to the K, he's up there. He's up there. He just got a new house or whatever, but I don't know what to say about it. I was gonna say like he was like compare. He's up there with like a rose now, but he's on Calypso juice. Yeah, when you're in the mood, you're not in the mood for champagne. You're more in the mood for juice, like Calypso juice. He's the guy you think about or whatever. I bought it a couple times. Did I ever get Calypso juice on camera or whatever? I don't know. Not this Calypso. It's like a juice company that comes in like this glass. Everybody knows it. Well, if you're an adult, you know it. So I came around. I was one of those runs of adults, I guess, or whatever that came from that generation. You got more runs of more people growing up into adulthood. They see my video Calypso, but that's M to the K's brand. So, and there's only so much limited time. Like, you think I'm a throwaway person, but these people aren't throwaway people. They kind of like, how do I explain it? Like, I was a real person that went through the M to the K program and all that and learned about Calypso and yada yada. And then bought it or whatever. And then you got more people. There's so many people drinking Calypso, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable the amount of people drink Calypso. That's my life. It's all about me and my life. I don't know about Calypso. I don't own Calypso. If you own Calypso, Calypso's your whole life or whatever. I don't own Calypso. All right. You know my life. I'm law enforcement. Special Agent Thomas Perron-Slote. I've already told you that. Southern Peach Lemonade. Let's see. Tropical Mango. You're a really bad person. The person that said that. A really bad person. Just trying to prove a point to nobody, eh? The bad people. You're trying to impress bad people with bad connotation? Is that what you said? Taste of the Islands. Calypso Light. I didn't even know they made that. That's what I should be drinking. But I don't even have any beverages right now. No wonder. Uh, it may be. We got lemons, limes, mangoes, and pineapples. If my mom knew how competitive this all was and all that, I should let her know. I'm going to have to let my family know just how competitive these people are, but try to do it without saying it aggressively. It's war. Welcome to the war times again, I guess, everyone. We have Calypso to cool off after you do what you got to do. You might make it to a Calypso. Look at this one. He's making it up the hill, I tell you. It's horrible, I tell you. So you'd hear it. Listen, because I've been through it, bud. I did a tour over in goddamn. I did tours all around Canada. It's called the Homeland, natural born or whatever. Yeah, so you might sometimes say blah 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 blah. You don't want to do it or whatever. It's hard or whatever because it is or whatever. But in real war or whatever, you get a real benefit or whatever. Look at this one holding the AK-47. I would have shot that man holding the AK-47. Anyways, he's like my fucking squirrel. Not just kidding. Yeah, there might be. In real warfare, I wouldn't be much of a picture taker, I don't feel like. It's not real warfare where I am. It's more of sort of like a Homeland Defense. Homeland Department of Defense, sort of. It's not really. It's more like, yeah, like I'm defending my homeland. This is like offensive, like I'm going in Baghdad or whatever. I'm going to tell this motherfucker who I am. But from my recollection, there's ones that have been sent out there and they didn't tell nobody who the fuck they were. All right. Like, how the hell would this one even make it on the internet? I would have shot this flimsy guy just for carrying the gun. But then you got military that have been to Baghdad and they say, I was the one that took this picture from the lower end angle of him and uploaded it to Newsweek. And then that one had a kid or whatever, and that was some mongoloid man that you can't stop now, and you lost a bunch of fucking artillery and shit. Owned. Because you keep saying, why are we even doing it anymore? You got plenty of kids like you. See, what America is, it's a lot like a Joe Biden, where his son died. So be careful. A lot of sons are dying right now in America, just like Beau Biden. They're treating all the sons like they're Beau Biden down there, everybody. And that's why you have Joe Biden and you have the late Beau Biden. That's how they're doing everyone. They're doing them like a Beau Biden. There's no rights to the kid. The older ones are acting like there is no kids. Shit like that. Acting like there's no point in doing this and no point in doing that because we don't even have no kids or whatever to no. There's lots of kids in America that are just like you, gonna grow up just like you and be just like you. Stop Beau Biden in me. That's what I call it. He's Beau Biden in me. He's fucking straight Beau in me. Doing the Beau number. Because the guy isn't alive. I know how good it looked, but he had a funeral and everything. Funeral. They say he had cancer, but he might not have. He might be that Beau Biden. The Beau Biden from 2008 or whatever. That was like, I did it, Dad. Let's pretend I'm dead with some cancer shit or whatever, and boom, bada bing. Because that's what I'm theorizing these days. It ain't hard to goddamn shave each side of your head and say I got cancer. Either. And he looks a lot like Dusty a little bit in this one. A little bit, but not all. Dusty's a little bit better looking. Dusty is one of the best looking American men. And that's what it is too. You got American men that are jealous of other American men. All right. And I never knew that. Well, until I got older. You got Americans jealous of Canadians, and fuck, I used to think it was Mexico. I was always the one, let's beat up Mexico. Even though I'm New Mexican. Partially or whatever, I got a small percentage of New Mexican in me. Because I love their food. But I guess when I went down to the United States, they just got finished beating up the Mexicans, and then it was time to start beating up the Canadians. I'm royal family. Yes, I was told that when I was a kid that I was royal family, actually. Why am I in a royal apartment in the Monarch? And why are you not? Because I'm a natural born citizen of Canada. You know why? Because I have a relation to this lady here because grandfather, grandmothers, and blah, 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 they were her sister and brother. And of course they get mad at their sister and brother. I've seen it happen before. Sisters and brothers hate each other. Hate each other. Look at that biblical story, that Cain and Abel biblical story. That was two brothers that hated each other. Or whatever. Or one hated the other, whatever, and attempted to kill him or did kill him or whatever. But they had grown up. That's kind of like me and John Gotti had grown up together. That will be also Andrew and Cam one day, maybe. Because I see Andrew getting the house. Cam's going to be extremely jealous of little Andrew having that house. And Cam's going to have that apartment little complex thing. And that's Cain and Abel. When Cam kills Andrew for the house. Or kicks Andrew out of the house or whatever. But that's how it was with my brother too. A little bit my cousin as well, but me and my cousin were always at a distance. I remember my cousin went crazy because I had given him a Minecraft account for a couple years. It happens with all men. It's something I caught on to even before I knew the Cain and Abel story. I made my own Bible story out of it, actually. It would happen all the time. You meet a friend, you meet a man, you befriend a man, and then after the friendship ends, it's always this. Okay? Even on the internet. So be careful of that. Unless you do some kind of bargaining and whatnot. You got to do a lot of bargaining. Like, I always make sure that I either bring a sheep or some wheat. That now we have notes. If you showed up without wheat or without lamb or whatever to trade, I never do that. I've never done that my entire life. I always show up with the notes, the money. Yes, they would be killed. Yeah, they would be killed, Tommy says. Yes, welcome to kinghood, Thomas. I will be a king soon. Very soon.